So you have an Etsy shop, you get some sales, it's great, and then you stop getting sales. Or you are getting sales, but you would like more, it's not nearly as good as you would like. As somebody who has 5,000 sales on Etsy and 2,500 sales on Etsy in 2 separate shops, let me help you out. In this video, I'll be giving you a bunch of different tips and tricks to help you make more sales on Etsy. Etsy is a huge shopping platform with thousands, if not millions, of sellers, and you need to be able to stand out. One way that you can do this is by improving your SEO, or your search engine optimization. For SEO, Etsy mostly takes into account your product's tags and its title. Shorter titles with keywords relating to the product are better than just long nonsense titles where you just stuff in as many keywords as possible because Etsy kind of picks up on what you're trying to do. It can also confuse buyers who are looking at your product title trying to figure out what it is. For your tags, you should have things relating to the product itself as things that you would search when you were looking for that product, as well as relating to any current or upcoming holidays or events. Etsy, like a lot of social media platforms, also likes you to be active. Whether that's just updating products, adding new listings, responding to messages, Etsy likes to know that you're there and that you're around and active. If you were shopping on Etsy and you saw a shop with a poorly designed shop banner, a bad profile picture, no description, no return policy, how would you feel about shopping there? You might feel a little bit skeptical, like, is this a scam? Is this actually a good shop? You don't want people to feel that way about your shop, so you need to make sure that your storefront looks good. By taking the time to make sure your storefront looks very nice, whether that's with a Canva designed banner or a nice profile picture relating to the artwork you sell or your branding, you can help your storefront look a lot nicer. Same with adding a description or about the seller or having a clear return or exchange policy. Just these little things that you can do can make your Etsy shop seem a lot more official and people are less worried about shopping there. For this next tip, people do say don't judge a book by its cover, but we all do anyway. One reason you might not be having as many sales on Etsy is because you need to improve the images for your products. Your product photos are the first thing that people will see when they are looking at your listing. A lot of people won't even bother reading the description, so you need to make sure that your product photo is the absolute best it can be. You want to make sure that your product is clear, as in it's obvious what it is that you're selling, how big it is, what exactly it is. It looks good in that picture and it wasn't just a blurry picture taken in bad lighting with a smartphone. That being said, you can definitely take really good pictures with a phone. That is how I take pretty much all of my pictures for my Etsy shop. But you do want to make sure that your pictures look good and they look like this and not just like this. So make sure that you take some time to go through your product photos and make sure that they all look good. If you don't want to spend a ton of money on something like a nice camera or a light box, you really can just use your phone and a natural backdrop like a wall or some pretty plants outside. Just make sure that your product is the focus. At the time of making this video, I have about 150 products in my Etsy shop. Some of these products sell very well. I have sold a lot of them, and some of them have not sold well at all. Some products have sold absolutely nothing, and that is okay. But you can't have just a bunch of products that don't sell and a bunch of products that do sell if you only have like 5 or 6 products. If your Etsy shop is not doing super well and your listings aren't getting a ton of views, you might just want to try adding more listings. By having more listings, there are more chances for people to see your products. You can also experiment with how you do tags, titles, product photos, the listing itself. You can experiment with all these different things when you have all these listings, and if one of them does really well, you can copy those success results in your other listings. But you do need to have all of these products. If, say, you have a set of stickers that are kind of related to each other, you could put them all into one listing, which gives you exactly one chance to get it right, or you could put them all in separate individual listings, which if you have 4 stickers, it gives you 4 times as many chances for your product to be discovered, and you can experiment with 4 different methods for shop SEO. Just by having more products in your shop, again, there's way more opportunity for people to actually discover you. For this next tip, it's a little bit of a hard truth, but the truth is that not all of your products will be good. Not all products are. I've already said that I have products that have not sold a single thing, and I will be the first to admit that some of them are just not good. But you do have to be willing to kind of make these mistakes and make these poorer products so that you can understand why they aren't as good and you can create better products using what you've learned. If for your products you've tried adjusting the title, the tags, the listing description, the photography, the SEO, all of these different things, if you've tried adjusting all of these, you've tried marketing it to people and it still isn't selling, then possibly it's just not a very good product. And it's not a reflection of your worth as a human being. You're still fantastic, I'm sure. But if the product isn't selling super well, then it might be time to retire it and try something new. Something that I've started doing that I started at the end of last year was that at the end of the year I would look at all of the products in my shops and see which ones were not selling super well or hadn't sold at all. And if I'd tried adjusting things and improving them and they still didn't sell, then I would just take all of those things, take them off of my Etsy shop and bundle them all into a big clearance bundle that I sold at a steep discount just so I could get rid of them and have room for more stock. This is what has worked for me if I have products that aren't selling well because they might not be as good, and this might work for you as well. But just don't hold on too tightly to listings and products that might just not be that good. My next tip is to use Etsy data. Etsy actually gives you a ton of data about the people that are finding your shop, how they're finding it, and every individual product that you have. And you should definitely be using this information. If you go under the marketing tab of your shop dashboard and then click search analytics, you can see all of the analytics for how people are discovering your listings. For example, from these analytics, I can see that a lot of people are searching for the word hermitcraft. It had a lot of impressions and I'm about the 81st position. I've had 200 visits from it and it made about $25 with 102 listings. You can also see more information under the stats tab, like how people are finding your shop and which listings are performing the best. You should look at what is performing well and see if you can also figure out why it's doing well, so then you can help replicate that success for other listings to help them do better as well. For my last tip, I want to say that while Etsy is a fantastic platform on its own, it does have some flaws, but it is still a really good shop platform. If you are not marketing your art outside of Etsy and marketing your products outside of Etsy, then you are making a mistake. I market my own Etsy shop using Pinterest, Instagram, and TikTok, as well as a few Discord servers that I'm in, and just the people that I know. And by doing all of these things, I can help bring more people to my Etsy shop. By looking at your shop dashboard and your analytics, you can see what percentage of people you are bringing to your Etsy shop, as well as where these people are coming from. So you do want to make sure that you are putting in your part to help bring people to your shop, which is why having an active social media platform can be really good. I actually did make a whole video about how to grow your following on Instagram as an artist. If you are an artist with an Etsy shop, you should definitely watch that video. Etsy does have its flaws and there are ups and downs, but at the end of the day, it is a really great platform if you were trying to sell products on there, especially if you were an artist or other small business. By implementing the things that I've talked about here, you can take your Etsy shop that might not be getting as many sales and you can help it get more sales. And if you follow any of these tips or you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment down below. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.